performance in the finals hurt his image? Is that fact or fiction?
I'm going to go with this one being fiction. First, you got to acknowledge there's no way this team is in the finals if not for Luka's performance. Did he show room to grow? Absolutely. But I don't think we were surprised in that these are the tendencies that we've seen to this point during the regular season from him.
Fair enough. And so we've got those two. And then UD, I come to you. The Lakers are on the verge of hiring a coach, we assume. If someone said they'll be title contenders next year, would that be fact or fiction?
Fiction. Pat Riley, bring back, it doesn't matter. Hell no. Hell to the no. Hell to the J.J. Redick, Monty Williams, bring back Phil. No, hell no.
not Pat Riley, not Phil, not any of them.
Hell no.
Can take this team to a championship. Well, that is one of the headlines in the NBA right now as we are a week away from the draft. So you know they want to have something in place by then. The Lakers still looking for a new head coach. And with all eyes on J.J. Redick, yesterday, as you probably saw, the Pistons fired Monty Williams. And so, among others, Draymond Green on his podcast started connecting dots.
Monty Williams is now on the free agent market. And I know that the Los Angeles Lakers have been like, I don't know what's going on. But I know something's going to happen fast because you got the draft coming up, you got free agency coming up. Like, it's been quite a while. And, like, I don't know what exactly is going on, but, like, something's going on. And I know Anthony Davis loved Monty Williams when he played for him at New Orleans. So you ask yourself, should the Lakers consider Monty Williams? And I say, of course, you got to consider him 100%, especially with that tie. You definitely got to consider him.
Okay, and he's thinking the same way a lot of other people are thinking, and I will point out, what do the Lakers, historically, there has been some issues in how much they've been willing to pay for coaches. Who knows if Dan Hurley, if that offer had been greater, maybe he takes it. I have no idea where they are with J.J. Redick, assuming that they're talking about money. But the one thing about Monty Williams is he will be comparatively inexpensive because Detroit is paying him all that money. The rest of it is all offset. So I'll start with you, UD. Should the Lakers hire Monty Williams?
My last answer was hell no. My answer to this one is hell yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes. You have to do your due diligence. This is your job to bring in the best coach and the best fit for your team. We question, can JJ control the locker room? We understand he has a great basketball mind. We understand he has a great future. Can he control the locker room? A divided locker room is a doomed locker room. We understand Monty Williams has the respect of guys around the NBA. He can control the locker room. My question to Monty is, you got 60 of them things coming. Do you really want to coach again right now? You got 60 of them things coming. Listen, watching Detroit took a lot out of me. So I know it took a lot out of him. So if I'm Monty, do you really want to get back out there right now?
Yeah, he coached, for those who didn't follow this, the Pistons won 14 games last year in his first and, as it proved, only season as their head coach, and he is fired with $65 million left on his contract. Can you just very quickly add to your thought about how respected he is around the league as a player yourself? I don't know that everyone in the audience is aware, as we all are, just how highly regarded he is by other players in the league.
I mean, God-fearing man, has tremendous faith. He's one of those guys where if you have a problem with Monty Williams, then there's something wrong with you. If you got an issue with Monty, there's something wrong with you. I don't know anybody, since I've been in the league, and 20 years is a long damn time, I don't know anybody that has ever had anything to say about Monty Williams that was bad. It's all praise. It's all been positive. He's well-liked. He's loved. He's respected. And that's what you want from a coach. It's a player's league. I mean, you can have the X's and O's down packed, but if your locker room and your guys aren't behind you, they don't like you, getting up out of there. So at the end of the day, he has that respect first.
He's coached in a lot of places. You heard he coached Anthony Davis in New Orleans. He took the Suns to the NBA Finals a few years ago. How do you like it?
It makes sense to me, but I'll be honest. I think everybody jumped into this and was like, oh, the Lakers need Monty Williams. To me, the Detroit job is a better opportunity for J.J. Redick in terms of the opportunity to put his hands on a program, or organization, I should say, and build and grow with those guys. Like, I'm old enough to remember us sitting here and evaluating the Lakers job as not a great job. That has not changed. Now, Monty Williams may have the credibility and the experience that maybe he can move the pieces. Frank Vogel won a championship, and the term on the Lakers job is still 2 years.
Yeah.
So to me, this conversation was just as much as about Detroit now having the opportunity to build and hear a new voice and allow J.J. Redick to really put his fingers on an organization and show that he can develop guys.
You know, there's a couple of things there, right? First and foremost, for J.J. Redick, because this shouldn't be about J.J. Redick, whether or not he can coach or can't coach. This is more about better fit, right? And if you think about Detroit, you think about, one, a team that's very young that needs some development, and that'll give them some time, so there's no immediate pressure. Number two, Trajan Langdon now is running that franchise, fellow Dookie.
That's a Duke guy,
you want to
yeah.
have that kind of support, which you don't know you're getting that with the Laker organization, because what we know about the Lakers is that they are constantly a soap opera of constant internal battles that go on there, power struggles that go on with that organization. For Redick, is that really the best thing for you in your first foray as a coach? For Monty Williams, he has navigated these kind of waters before, so that makes sense. On a lot of levels, his relationship with Anthony Davis, that also makes sense. But one thing, though, that we have to look at is with Monty Williams, this is a guy that is widely respected, and when you meet him, you are impressed by him. But why did two franchises move on from him? Detroit, forget that. He never wanted that job. They had to keep sending more money to him until he finally said, all right, you're going to pay me that much? Fine, I'll take it. But he never really wanted that job. But in New Orleans and in Phoenix, especially in Phoenix, why did they move on from him? Why did Kevin Durant and company and Devin Booker, why did they think that they'd be better off without him? Those are the concerns that go forward if you're the Lakers. But I can also tell you that from what I understand, the Lakers, before he even was fired, had him on their short list.
There's really two jobs in one. It is you're the coach of the LeBron James-led Lakers for some period of time, assuming that he stays there this offseason, which is not a 100% certainty, but it is what most people assume will happen. The man's going to be 40 years old. So you've got that, you've got the short term, and then you've got whatever the long term of it looks like. I can see if you were the Lakers saying, in the short term, I want someone who is experienced. I want someone who's been there and done that and taken a team to the finals. I go Monty Williams. If I'm looking for the longer term, which is what we all think the Dan Hurley play would have been, then something like J.J. Redick makes more sense to me. Am I looking at this? What am I missing here?
I think if you're looking long term, honestly, I'm going to piggyback off what Monica says. Something like J.J. Redick looks better long term in Detroit. When you talk about the young core of guys, when you talk about him being able to implement his system and be himself, not have to walk into a locker room and be on eggshells and wonder about transforming to what they want him to be. And he can start off and being what he wants
Wouldn't
to be.
he be a head coach in Detroit versus an associate head coach to LeBron in L.A.? Right?
You kind of took the words out of my mouth. I ain't gonna say associate.
Sort of.
And listen, I had a chance to talk to JJ, and I actually told JJ to his face, listen, the problem you're gonna deal with is most NBA players nowadays worry about the things they can't control. And now you're going to walk into a locker room of guys that are going to worry about the things that they can't control. What's going on in the locker room? What's going on in the podcast? What's going on behind the scenes with the conversations with LeBron? These are the things that you're going to have to deal with when you walk out there. Don't worry about that. Go to Detroit, trim the fat. You ain't got to worry about that when you get with these young guys. You implement your system and you set the tone your way.
Yep.
But to your point, though, on the Lakers, Greeny, it seems to me that on the surface, Monty fits the bill for both categories. Because he can coach now, having had the experience. But if they're truly moving forward with AD as the centerpiece, that's AD's guy.
That's fair.
AD's guy.
So I guess I would ask to go back to the very first thing UD said. Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach, which I know is obviously the other side of that rivalry. Is there any coach who can walk in there next year and turn this Laker team into a legitimate contender?
One day we have to really define contender, right? Like top 6 teams in the league, like in terms of competing for a title. I am not going to disrespect LeBron James. If he puts together some sort of masterful run and carries this squad, it could happen. Do I think it's likely? No. I just think the West is too tough.
Hell no.
Yeah,
I got to say it again. Hell no.
Right.
The West is getting better.
Yeah.
Them Thundercats, Ant-Man, and SGA, what you think, they finna let off the gas? Hell no.
Okay.
Like it's behind the 8 ball.
The official word is held on.